Hi everybody and welcome. This is Pam at The Paper Outpost and I am so happy to present to you August 2021's Vintage Digikits. I have 5 here for you and I'm going to go through and show you what you get. There's 5 pages in each Digikit and they have multiple images on each page. They're all in Jpeg format and I'm going to show you some examples of what you can make very easily with these Digikits. There's a million and one things you can make with these, but I'm just going to show you a few. Okay, let's take a quick peek. I've put some of the things that I've made for example purposes inside this journal that I'm currently working on, but let's take a look at the Digikits one by one. Okay, so the first one is called Mystical Maidens, and it has some beautiful images of glorious ladies in all different walks of life. I just thought they all had their own unique, let me zoom you in a little closer. They all had their unique expression, all a little bit different, all a little different kind of feel, but all beautiful and wonderful and magnificent in their own sense. And there's a slight, I don't know, like a mystical quality about each one of them that I thought was just beautiful. And so I hope you can find some wonderful ways to use these lovelies. I really love this particular digital kit. It's just, I don't know, the colors are rich and intense and fabulous. And you can use them in so many different ways. So if you see some lovely ladies here that might find their way into your journal, there you go. This is Mystical Maidens. There it is. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. And this next one was created because I know that a lot of people get excited about making a themed journal. And sometimes when you get started making a themed journal, you suddenly realize that it's a lot more difficult than you thought to collect things for the theme. But one easy way to start is a color. So one of the first themed journals that I ever made was a blue journal. And so I made the Blue Vintage Collection. It's a Digikit all unto itself and it has different shades of, let me zoom in, blue throughout. There's a little bit of blue in every picture. And that way you have this all ready to go. And I may go ahead and do a few other colors of the popular colors that are often used for journal making. Or sometimes you just need, or you have like a blue color or a blue cover and you would just like some blue Digikit pictures in order to put little accents throughout. Lots of variety in here. There's nature, there's vintage, there's the unusual, there's just everything that you could think of. Some unique, some might bring back some memories, and just fun things that might be a little bit different. I'm only showing you 4 pages because I used one of the pages in the examples that I created. So you'll get to see those in a second. And the number 3 is called Garden Lore. And Garden Lore, let me zoom in, has these beautiful, these are extremely old images from days gone by, beautiful in their own right. They have a yellow-green color base to them because that's the way they are. But if you're doing a garden journal or a nature journal or a bird journal or anything, or a fantasy journal, or you just like some pretty pictures to put in your journal, I'm going to show you some ways that you can use these very easily. All right. And I gave you some in different sizes. Let me just back up a bit. So some are small, some are bigger, so that you have options and you can use them in different ways. And there's even a big one in here in case you want to make an envelope or put it on a cover or something like that. So that is Garden Lore. Big fan of nature over here, always trying to think of ways to incorporate different nature pieces. Here's this one is called Fabulous Flourishes. And these are beautiful, beautiful images from extremely old books. And they can be used in so many different ways as accents or as pockets or as tucks or as parts of clusters, you name it. There's a great variety of sizes in here so that you have different things that you can work with. I tried to make them so they're easy to cut out for you so that you don't have to spend a lot of time with extra cutting. or you can cut around the image inside if you wish to do that as well. But if you just want to get the background, and the background here is actually the background that it came on. They were on, this is very old paper that had turned, and that's what it looks like. Here's one, even a cover page with a little tiny flourish on it. This beautiful one with the cherubs. It's lovely, isn't it? And then a big one in case you want to make something fun like an envelope or a cover or anything you like. You could just take these in any direction. So that one is called, it's not easy coming up with names all the time. I got to keep thinking of new names. Okay, this one is called Fabulous Flourishes. So I believe I have another one that has Flourishes in the name. So just look, make sure that you find the right one. This is Fabulous Flourishes. Not sure what the other one's called at this moment, but it's in there. Okay, and the very last one is called Antique Leaves. Yes, these again are very, very old images, just beautiful. And this, I just love the muted look of these. This stuff pops beautifully against any darker background. Or if you want it to pop against a lighter background, you can go ahead and ink the edges of these. Let me show you sizes. There's a lot of different sizes in this kit. Couple of, if you want to use it as a signature page, you can print this out, and your spine, you would punch your holes down the center here, and that way you would have this on either side, which would be really pretty. There's a big one if you want to make an envelope or a cover or something like that, or whatever your imagination takes you. And actually there's two big ones in here, and there's actually a page with smaller ones than this, but I used that for the oh, there's one part of it. Okay. Some smaller ones. I think there's a whole page of smaller ones like this so that you have some small ones to work with as well. Okay. All right, so let's take a look to see some examples of what we can make. So the first thing, I used Fabulous Flourishes, and I made this giant stuffed envelope. Actually, it's more of a pocket, I would say, because it doesn't close on top. And I just thought that showed the print nicely. And I just sewed down the sides. You could glue them just as easily. And I just put some fun things inside. Here's a very old picture of a gentleman. It looks like on a farm. And here's some Digikits from Black and White Flowers. Here's some, if you ever come across an old picture and it's blurry, I think these are really fun to put in junk journals because you can put interesting things on the back like mysterious woman. Yeah, and I just have everybody wonder what or who she is. And here's a seed packet. And this is from another Digikit, and here's just a little white tag with a topper on it. And these are probably one of my most favorite things to make are little pieces of paper, which are the first or the last pages of any old book. They have this beautiful color. If you just put a very simple stamp on it, I don't know, it's just rich and magnificent, and it gives them a lovely place to write. And so at the back of this, I just stenciled. And there you go. Put a little bit of lace on the front, a little cutout heart, which actually came from this. Nothing is wasted around the paper outpost. That's right. And there we go. So that is a stuffed. Now you can make these bigger than your journal. I like the overstuffed look. You can add them to the top of a journal. Let's say if you want to make a bundle and give it to somebody, or you can make them disappear inside your journal by cutting a thinner piece in the center and just using that. So you have options with that. And let's look at the next example. Okay, this was fun. This is part of the blue kit, and I gave it a little blue colored embroidery floss paper clip there, and there's a picture of this car in blue, which I thought was so cool, and that's part from the blue vintage Digikit as well. And I just did I backed it onto some stiffer paper, just some pretty colored blue paper, and then I did a zigzag stitch down the side, and then I purposefully folded the pages at the point where the zigzag stitch started so that it would open easily. And what I did was I wanted this to be just a surprise little intrigue, maybe get somebody interested in reading again if they haven't read for a while. These are just some pages from a book, so somebody can read literally part of a novel, but maybe there might be enough in here to intrigue them to go explore some other novels on their own. So And here I just, this was actually from another Digikit, and I just tucked in some fun little stickers and things like that, labels in there. You can put anything in these things, and I stamped it with the word vintage. So very fun and very easy to do. Doesn't take long to make, and they make great add-ons. People can tear these pages out and use them to decorate other pages in a journal as well. Always trying to prompt people to get creative and make stuff. Just make stuff, folks. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's check the next example. Okay, here, oh, I put this in here because it was drying. Did it get stuck? There, okay. So this is from the blue vintage as well. And I made, can you see that? Okay, 2 flips, and they both function the same way. And they flip up, oh no, I can't see. They flip up, and then I just put a little piece of wallpaper mounted with somebody's signature from an old vintage page and put that there. It gives them extra writing room here, and they have all this writing room. And they actually have the whole page because they have this as well, a little extra writing room, some old music. I thought was nice with the birds, you know, singing happily, and a little bird stamp, and then that gives them all this. And all you do is you glue a little ribbon, you glue half of it onto your flip, and then the other half onto the page, and they work very easily as easily functioning flips for your junk journal. So that's kind of a fun idea. Okay, and the next one is, I do have a spine dangle on here, but I'm going to remove it just for simplicity's sake of functioning the journal right now. I'm not finished with that spine journal. I'm still playing with it. Yep. Okay. Here's the next ones. Yep. Okay. So this is from Antique Leaves, and I wanted to show you 2 different things that you can make from things that are about the size of postcards. And one of them, I just hand drew with a ruler and a shaky marker and put some stamps on the back. Made it a journal card for somebody to have journaling space. And I just put some complementary colors with lace. And what's up, sunshine? We're over here. Come here, baby. He's crying at the door because I think Papa just walked out the door. Come here, honey. Come on, baby. And that gives a nice extra writing spot. Very easy to put on with a complementary lace paper clip. And then on this side, this one I turned into a postcard. So you could either, if you have a postcard stamp, or you could create this on your own very easily, but these make fun postcards if you use thick enough paper. So there you go. So you could use some cardstock or something like that. And let's see what the next one is. What did we make today? It was a lot of fun. Okay, oh, here's some with the mystical ladies. I made some beautiful bookmarks. They just lent themselves. There's my horrible sewing job, sorry. Beautiful bookmarks. And I just mounted them on a book page with some pretty writing. And then I put on the back a piece of, this is parchment paper cardstock. And I just sewed around with a zigzag. Okay, yes, everybody who you know, let me know about why I'm dropping stitches, because I don't have matching bobbin and thread, and my thread is old. You're probably right. So I'm not arguing with you. I just like to use up my old stuff. Oh well, look, probably at my own chagrin. I'll be back at the fix it place. I'm sure. But thank you for all your tips. You gave great tips. Okay, and this one, I just put coordinating ribbon colors. These are actually some seam binding, and I'm always wondering where to, or bias, this is bias I think, to use up bias, and bookmarks are a great way to do that. So I just put a couple of bookmarks in here as ways to show you that you could use the mystical ladies. You could also glue these. You don't need to sew these. It's just, I just thought it'd be fun. And here we go. Where we go next? Who's coming? Who's coming down the mountain? Here we have, of course I probably glued it all in place because I'm rushing. Okay, let me just loosen it. Okay, there we go, we're all loose. All right. I made a belly band out of Antique Leaves. There was a strip of pictures, and instead of cutting them out individually, I just cut them out all in one strip, and you can use these easily for belly bands or for down the side of a page if you want to decorate the edge of a page. And then I just tucked in some fun things like a page from a field guide. It has all the pretty images on one side and some information on the other about what you might find in there. And you could put anything of your choice in here, pictures, photos, poems, quotes, whatever you like. This is some old Gothic German stuff. I think that's German, is it? I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Might be Latin. some old Gothic writing, and here's an Edith Holden page just for fun, tuck that in there, a double picture. So I thought, well, leave it up to them to see what they would like to do with it, and maybe they can get to know who Edith Holden is, because she's pretty amazing, and you know, she's very famous in the junk journal world. So there we go. Did I miss one? I may have, no, I forgot to take that one out. Okay, so, and we're moving on. Okay, here is Blue Vintage. And I've used 2 of the pictures from Blue Vintage. I made one into an L-shaped upper corner tuck. The second one I used as a blank journal card. I just left it blank so somebody could write what they want. I layered it onto a coffee-dyed note paper pad and stamped the word dream on the bottom just for fun. And behind that I put a piece of old ledger. This is actually from my funerary ledger. I just think that this is wonderful stuff, and I love to share that with people. So there she will be in this journal little piece. Just fun things to find along the way. You never know what you're going to find, right? That's the amazing thing about a junk journal. They hold a lot of secrets. Okay, so here I took garden lore for this one, and I put it on a big clip, and I wanted to make a scrap booklet, and I wanted to make it very simply and very easily. So I took one band of 3 individual pictures and another band of 3 individual pictures, and I made them pretty close to the same size. And what I did was I just took some scraps that I had, and I made the scraps, I tore them with a metal tearing ruler, and I made them show, so they're bigger than the actual cover, which I thought was kind of fun, the way it peeks out. It gives a person a little sneak peek of what is coming, so that they'll know maybe what they're going to find inside. And I just put some fun, torn, raggedy papers in here. This one actually has some beautiful like mica on it. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but it sparkles. It's really pretty. And they may be able to play with little pieces of this throughout their journal. So sometimes it's about writing, sometimes it's about playing. You know, so yeah, it can be a lot of things. And I think the last one we have here is, yeah, this is just, this was actually an envelope that I had. Let me back up a little bit. It's just a regular envelope, a pretty envelope from some stationery kit, a vintage stationery kit that I had somewhere. But I just loved the colors of the envelope, and I found a matching piece of a cluster that I made a while back, and I thought it complemented the copper and this sort of color. And then I just went ahead and stuffed it. You don't always have to make your own envelopes. You can use envelopes you had. And here's this beautiful old picture of somebody's, I don't know if you can see that, somebody's baby shoe. Isn't that adorable? I love that. And that's a real photo. And here's a page from a Heidi book. I just thought that was so neat, and that might bring back some memories. And here's just a pretty page from a book. So and I just, you know, thought it was a nice page. So you can use whole pages, parts of pages, whatever you find interesting. Here's another picture of a misty person. I'll have to be, this is the mysterious man picture. And a couple of little hard cards. I think I probably got these from AliExpress or something like that a long time ago. And oh, this is some experimental alcohol ink dyeing I was doing when I was playing around with alcohol inks. I just thought that was wonderful, and that might be fun for somebody to play with. So there you go. That might give you some ideas of the different things that you can tuck into pockets and tucks and envelopes in your journal. They don't have to be the exact size of your journal. It's okay. You can go outside the borders and try different things, or they can completely be hidden inside your journal so the person has no idea that they're there. It's just a different style of a look. So I hope you had fun looking at these. And I'll just give you a quick, oh, I wanted to also show you one old thing I came across, and I just thought it was really cool. So again, there's Blue Vintage, Mystical Maidens, Garden Lore, don't know where the rest of it is at the moment. This is Antique Leaves, Fabulous Flourishes, and this is the rest of Garden Lore, which I have now located. Okay, so let me show you. Oh, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm using one of those wonderful photo backdrops, which is supposed to make it look like you're working on a wooden plank board or something. But of course, I have wrinkles in mine because I have not gotten to the point of ironing it yet. Have to figure out how to iron plastic. I'm sure that's going to be interesting. There are instructions that come with it, so I won't worry about that too much. But I just thought it was kind of cool It actually feels like a shower curtain. So I was kind of wondering how thick it would be. It feels like shower curtain material if anybody's ever wondering or wants to use those. Okay, let me grab what I was going to show you. Oh, I thought this was just so cool. A couple things actually. Whoops, sorry. I could totally see the wrinkles there, huh? Okay, the first thing is, I just love this. This is the, let me zoom in on this so you can see it. It's a little boy's, I think, Garnet. I think it could be a girl or boy, but I'm guessing it's a boy. Garnet's Christmas list from 1969. A belt. I love the details in this. I'll just read them quickly to you. It's just adorable. Number 1, a belt. Black, waist 33, maybe reversible. And also a number 1. A watch. Number 2, batteries for my camera. And remember, this is 1969. Number 3, tape for my tape recorder, preferably 1 hour. Number 4, books. Oh, isn't that great when kids used to actually ask for books? You know, isn't that nice? And number 5, slippers. And any surprises, if you can afford it. Hit the beach. I don't know what hit the beach means, but any surprises if you can afford it. I love that. And then the stocking list. Okay, so this child was very thorough. We wanted to make sure that the presents were separated from the stocking so they wouldn't waste their time looking for stuff the kid didn't want. Number 1, stamps. Number 2, which was crossed out, stamp hinges for my stamp book. And apparently the little one got some somewhere along the way. And then again, in big words, any other surprises if you can afford it. Isn't that sweet? That is so sweet. Okay, so then there must have been more than one child in the family because this one is from the same family, but this child's name is Carlos, 1969. Carlos. And his Christmas list, Sears. Okay, so he's very well aware of the Sears catalog, all right? Matchbox, 8-piece farm set. Third choice, 5. He gives the page 525. Okay, this is not his first rodeo. He knows how to work the folks. Okay, number 2. But we love you, Charlie Brown. Page 541, 4th choice. Okay. Oh, did I start on the? Maybe no. It's one side. Americana. I don't know how he knows Americana, but clear number 1. Stopwatch, grandparents. Apparently that means get the grandparents to buy him a stopwatch, I'm guessing. And then American bricks on page 511, piece set. Second choice. Okay. Wards. That's interesting, isn't it? Maybe there were people who took care of it? Or the family, the wards next door. Who knows? Who knows what wards meant? Number 1, film, flash cubes, first choice. Remember flash cubes? Oh my God. Oh my God, do you remember flash cubes? What did you get, like 4 shots out of a flash cube and then it was dead? Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, the stuff that we used to carry around to take a picture. You youngins have no idea what we went through. Number 2, tape for a transicorder, real tape. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna have to look that up. And then Dad, okay, Dad, pay attention, Dad. In Sears' book, pages 516 to 517 are train sets, exclamation point. Dad, I cannot afford, do not get. That must be Dad's favorite line. I cannot afford it. Do not get it. The end. So anyway, I thought you would get a kick out of seeing these very old Christmas lists. And so, yep, the kids were working the scenes way back in 69. I wonder what they were doing before that, but I thought you all would get a kick out of that. Did you make Christmas lists, or do your kids make Christmas lists, or are Christmas lists done anymore? Or does everybody just ask for what they want and there's no surprises anymore? Hey, what are you doing today? We might come say hi. Come here. Yeah. Oh, we might have a visitor. Let's see. Are you gonna let us say hi today? Yeah, you're all awake and everything. Okay. We got a live one here. We caught a live one. And yeah, I'm a live one. And she caught me. She caught me red-handed. I was nibbling on her papers. Yet again. No, they're so good. Well, I'm going to sleep. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so there's comments from the peanut gallery. And let me see if I can grab. What am I grabbing? Oh. Okay, so little things like these are his favorites. If he finds these, I read around. I read around. Oh, look at my great backdrop. Isn't that fantastic? I'm so good at that with the wrinkles and everything. Yeah, I'll work to improve that. favorite nibbles, but we do our best to keep these off the floor. He always finds one. So I hope that you found value here. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, Eastern Time, 7 a.m. And what else? Oh, if you haven't heard my spiel at the end is mostly for new folks. I guess folks have been around pretty much could recite this from heart. But I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. If you haven't signed up for that yet, please check it out. You get a free digital image emailed to you monthly, along with a junk journal tip, updates from the Paper Outpost. You get a note from the bookmaker to help explain what a junk journal is, if you want to tuck that in front of your junk journal to help people understand how they can use it and different ways that they can play with it. And also a long list of junk journal supplies to keep your eyes open for. And I have a Facebook group. Come and join the Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun over there doing weekly and monthly challenges. And let's see, what today? Today we did the book page layer cake. So if you want to come and check that out, every Monday there's a new challenge listed, and every month there's a new challenge listed. So you're also welcome just to lurk and hang out and just be inspired by what you see. There's a lot of fun things and a lot of creative people out there. So come and enjoy with the rest of us. What else? You can. I have an Etsy shop where you can find fundles, which are my ephemera collections that I make, and I collect about 100 different pieces for you. It's a mixture of old and new, but everything is a fun way, fun papers to play with for junk journals. You're going to find some old ledger, some old postcards, some old tea cards. All sorts of hand-dyed papers that I've made, envelope, I mean, you name it, there's just like a bushel full of all sorts of stuff in there. And what else? Oh, in my Etsy shop, you're going to find my Digikits. Guess what? That's where they are. And there's quite a few to check out now. I think we're up to 105, I believe. If you do not, I should mention this since this is the Digikit video, but if you do not have a printer, I've had a lot of people have success. They've told me that they go to stores or they call the stores like Office Depot, Office Max, Kinko, Staples, FedEx, and there's probably others, and say, you know, can you print these out for me? And they give you instructions on how to do that. Just tell them that they're JPEG images and they'll give you instructions. And I've had a lot of feedback from people who don't have printers that they're able to successfully do this. I have not done this myself, but I can at least pass along the word that others have successfully done this. So there you go. You don't actually need a printer yourself. You can also find any tools or supplies that I commonly use, my favorites, in my Amazon shop. Just if you can't find the link, just type in Amazon and Paper Outpost, and the link will pop up magically on your computer. So you don't even need the real link, just Amazon and Paper Outpost. And you can find me on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And all links to down below each video in my drop-down description box if you're looking for a link to something like the newsletter or the Etsy shop or the Amazon shop. And remember that click the notification bell if you want to be notified of videos coming up. And remember that fun can be simple, and create with reckless abandon, everybody. And thank you so much for hanging out and checking out my Digikits. And I hope you have fun with them. I hope you like these. A lot more ideas coming your way. So stay tuned, hang on to your hats, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.